Hi, my name is Stefan Voss, Chief Product Owner of Cove here at Enable. So today we're going to talk about cyber recovery. And as we all know, it's not a matter of if, but when it's going to happen. It's all about being prepared when it comes to that event. So when we poll our audience, our customers, time and time again, we learn one thing. Top of mind is, can I recover from a destructive cyber attack? Now, obviously, we care about other disasters as well, but that's the one that keeps us up at night. And when we poll and ask, well, so what does good look like? What do you look for in a solution? It boils down to three things typically. Flexibility, I want to be able to restore pretty much anywhere. Speed, and the confidence that the data is there and that my backup hasn't been destroyed by the bad actors. Because that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to try to take out your last line of defense, so it's easier for them to extort money. Knowing that, we know that the market, legacy vendors particularly, have designed against three architectural principles, 3 I's. Isolation, that's really code for keeping the attack surface as small as possible. So we have wild concepts like air gaps and other things, the vault, right, that are being put out into the market as best practices. We have immutable copies. That's a term we hear. So how do I make it difficult for the bad actor to delete or modify the backup copy so that it's useless really upon recovery? And then lastly, integrity, some form of anomaly detection that just makes sure that I can distinguish between a good copy and a bad copy. Those are generally the attributes, and we believe in those as well. The problem is, when we look at sort of these traditional vendors' implementations, what we often get is more complexity, higher cost, and less tech efficiency. Think about use case number one. In order to get isolation, if I ask you to create another copy in some kind of vault and stick an air gap in there, those are two more things that I need to manage, right? So complexity happens, cost happens, more moving parts, more things that can break. Immutable copies. Well, what data is worthy of an immutability or a retention lock or an object lock versus not? That's think time. I have to think about the policy that governs that distinction between regular data and important data. Most customers don't know what that is. And oh, by the way, I have to make an investment in storage technology that supports that retention lock capability. Integrity, we have anomaly detection, often leading to a bloated infrastructure on compute. So you can see the list goes on and on and on. And as we get the benefits on the left, we sacrifice tech efficiency on the right. And that cannot be the right approach, because one thing is clear, the skills shortage is real. So what we need to do is, what Cove is really standing for is, we need to honor those architectural principles, the 3 I's, but we need to combine it with the promise of great tech efficiency, so really one person part-time can do the job. Isolation. Cove, being cloud first, really removes the data protection copies and the data protection infrastructure from the attack surface or from the network of the data it's protecting. That's typically where the bad actors are roaming. So Cove is arguably secure by design. That's definitely a plus. Immutable copies, our version is called fortified copies. It's really the same thing, but we are talking about copies that are hidden and not accessible through the API, CLI, or UI, so the bad actor doesn't have access to it, but they're available to all data sources. And they don't require you as a user to think about what data shall I enable this for or not. That's just built in. And of course, my management complexity is reduced to basically zero, because I do everything the way I do. No additional policy settings, no additional storage management. It just comes out of the box. And then lastly, integrity. How do I make sure that I understand when the bad actor is trying to attack your infrastructure? Well, we will let you know. We are monitoring this for you. And lastly, the recoverability test is huge. It's very important. So we have a very cool new feature, AI, ML-based boot detection, that drives the accuracy of that boot detection north of 99%. So that really gives you confidence that if you need to recover a virtual machine, it'll actually work Because the accuracy is so high, you can spend time doing other stuff versus troubleshooting or ruling out a false positive or false negative. So Cove Data Protection is really the combination of cyber resilience and tech efficiency. That's what we stand for. Welcome to the Cove.